Welcome to Morning Coffee on the Radio Vision Network. I am Mark Cook, and I am so happy you joined us this morning. And we are going to jump right into things. We are going to camp. We're going to theater camp, more specifically, because I have the man from Moorestown Theater Company. His name is Mark Morgan. Good morning, Mr. Morgan. How are you, sir?
Great. Thank you very much, Mark, for having me today.
It's always our pleasure. We love when you come in because you do one of the greatest things in the world, and that is teach kids theater. I love it. You know how excited I get about it, and it's the most genuine excitement because it's real. I love the fact how you touch the lives of kids, and we want to jump right into it. You've got a really heavy schedule of camps coming up this summer for all of the kids in the South Jersey and the Delaware Valley area to come to Moorestown Theater Company to learn the theater. So give us the info.
Well, we start Monday. 9 weeks of summer camp starts on Monday. We break it down into 4 different productions. Most of them are 3-week sessions. So starting Monday for 3 weeks, we're going to audition, rehearse, and then perform The Sound of Music. I have almost 90 kids registered already for this session. It's from 8:30 to 4:30, 5 days a week, and by day 13, the evening of the 13th day, we'll be performing.
Wow.
So we lose the first day for auditions and such. By day 2, we're rehearsing. So we really lose day 1, day 14 and 15, so that's 3 days out. So in 12 days, we'll rehearse, learn, and be ready to perform 6 times.
Wow.
The Sound of Music. We repeat that. The next 3 weeks will be a production of Disney's Alice in Wonderland Jr. So 3 weeks Sound of Music, 3 weeks Disney's Alice in Wonderland Jr. Then we do have 3 weeks left. We do something unique. We break that third session down into 2 shows. First 2 weeks are for teenagers only. They're going to do Les Mis. Little minor show you've probably heard of.
Yeah.
We're doing that in 2 weeks.
That's excellent.
And then while they're rehearsing and getting ready for their show, we're also bringing in the preteens to do a review we call Broadway Kids 2. Second year we've been doing it. We'll have songs from Wicked, from Finding Neverland.
Fun.
Stuff on Broadway now.
Yeah.
We can't do the full shows, but we can do a song or
Yeah.
two. So the teenagers love doing a show without the little kids underfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Preteens love doing a show without the teenagers hogging all the parts.
Right.
So the 10, 11, 12-year-olds will be getting solos and singing lead parts and dialogue. So,
cool.
It's worked really well. It's our 5th year breaking it down like that. Now we're cheating a little this year in that Les Mis, we've already cast the show.
Okay.
We're not waiting till Monday, August 8th when this camp session starts for the 2 weeks. We've already cast the show. We've had probably 6 rehearsals already. There's just
Great.
too much music in
Yeah.
Les Mis. It's the school edition. The full-length Broadway's 2.5 hours. This one has 2 hours and 10 minutes still of music.
Wow.
They cut maybe 20 minutes out. So there's so much. So we've been rehearsing. I have rehearsal today and tomorrow with Les Mis. I just dropped my script off at a printer this morning before coming to see you with all my blocking. And
Right.
tomorrow we're going to run the show, the entire show with all the blocking. I've got 53 kids in that production. It's almost like an all-star cast from Burlington County.
Oh, it's great.
Of the 53, I have 19 different high schools represented and 6
Wow.
middle schools. So I have
Right.
25 different schools. Of course, Moorestown, we have 12, but I have 5 from Northern Burlington High School.
Oh,
5
that
from
is excellent.
Rancocas Valley High School. 5 from Cherokee High School. And,
Great.
1 or 2's from a bunch of different others. But I just kept seeing all these different names. I thought, wow, I got to do some stat work. My love is baseball, and back of the baseball card and all the stats like that. I'm big on that. So I literally counted them up, and 19 different high schools.
That is awesome. This is something that you got to get your kids involved with, right? There's more room, so that can grow. What he's told you is that this is growing at such a rate that this is something that these kids need to be a part of. This is so awesome. I had no idea that you were touching so many different areas and so many different schools.
I didn't either till I did that little stat work. And it's not too late. Even though we've cast and started rehearsing Les Mis, kids could still jump in. They'd be a little behind. We'd have to do a little catch up, but that's fine. And even Sound of Music that starts Monday, we'll get kids, I'm sure, registering Sunday night.
The bottom line is that if you want your kids involved, they can be involved. You're not going to turn anybody away for timing or anything. This is a learning experience for everybody. And yeah, you're aggressive in what you want to do and your scheduling and all of that. I'm wondering when you actually sleep for the next few months, but I'll let you worry about that.
Well, and besides these 4 camp shows, we've been rehearsing for 2 months, an all ages show. We rehearse at night and on Saturdays of probably the Delaware Valley Community Theater premiere of The Little Mermaid. So I have 50 plus kids, teens, college, adults, grandparents rehearsing Little Mermaid. So we'll sneak that in between. We'll do a weekend of Sound Music, then 2 weekends of Little Mermaid, then a weekend of Alice in Wonderland. Then we get 1 weekend off. Then we'll do a weekend of Les Mis, and then a weekend of Broadway Kids too. So over a over a 6-weekend span, we'll do 5 different productions, 34 performances.
Okay.
So yeah, you can go to MoorestownTheaterCompany.org and still register. We've never cut a child in our lives. Anyone who signs up for a production is in the show. You have to audition to be a lead role, but otherwise you're in the production.
Yeah, and there's something for everybody to do, and we've talked about that before, and how theater is such a wonderful learning experience. There's so many different things to do besides just being on the stage as an actor. You really learn all encompassing facets of the theater at Moorestown Theater Company, and it's so great for the young ones and the little ones to really learn all of those different things, because the theater is set up, and the dynamic is one that there is room for everyone and every type of child. And I'm not saying that with any hesitation or limitations, right? Any child, and I really mean that, can find a place in the theater.
That's the beauty of theater. No matter what your interest, no matter what your level of outgoingness or shyness, there's a space for you. We run costume camps. There's kids who don't want to be on stage, but they love to design or make costumes, learn how to do makeup. So we do separate costume/makeup camps. We also have a tech / stage crew camp. There's some kids, my oldest son, 27, he hates being on stage. But he can run a light board, a sound board, he can stage manage, he can aim lights, focus lights, he can attach body mics, all that behind the scenes stuff that's maybe more important than the performance.
Absolutely, the show doesn't run without that stuff, right?
I always say actors are a dime a dozen, but good tech people, you can never find enough good tech people.
Yeah, you're
you
right,
know that, Mark.
Of course.
And our technician over Abby is smiling at me over there. You can never have enough good tech people.
It is the truth, because there are a lot of talented people out there, and the more you learn and the more you see, you recognize how talented people are. But those gems, those people that are really good at their jobs behind the scenes, are the ones that make it all work and go. And the way we do that is teach them at a really young age that they can fit and succeed and thrive in the theater. I love this stuff. I don't want to have to take a break, but I do. I got to take a quick break, but we'll come back and we'll keep talking about it. It's Mark Morgan from the Moorestown Theater Company. I'm Mark Cook. We're Mark Squared here on the Radio Vision Network. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facials, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Today's show was brought to you by Alicia Kelly of White Horse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. Alicia is your RV expert. Contact Alicia at alicia@whitehorserv.com or give her a call at 856-262-1717, extension 203. When you think of RV, think Alicia Kelly.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more. Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee. I am Mark Cook, and you have joined us on the Radio Vision Network, and we're so glad you did. We are talking to Mark Morgan, who is the artistic director over at the Moorestown Theater Company. Mark, we were just talking about the camps that you have lined up. I am shocked. Your schedule is so aggressive. These kids, I am almost jealous of them that they get to be able to go through this process. But we were talking a little bit off camera about the production of Les Mis. You have started the process on this so early because Les Miserables is not a production that gets done very often. And we think that's kind of why you're attracting so many different schools and different kids to this production, because it is a huge undertaking. And, you know, you've talked about how you're blocking it, and that has a lot to do with like the stage directions and where the actors are going to be on the stage and all of that stuff. So talk to me a little bit about this process and you know, did you guys have to have a real serious meeting or conversation about deciding to take this on? Was it? Tell me a little bit about that. I'll stop talking and I'll let you go.
It's a huge undertaking, and right now the rights become available and then they shut down depending upon whether Les Mis is back on Broadway or not. So community theaters were able to do it for a little while, but now they can't. But there's what's called a school edition. So instead of a 2.5-hour version like you'd see on Broadway or that community theaters would do, the school editions, they cut maybe 20 minutes out of it. So I think it's literally 2 hours and 10 minutes of music. It's basically an opera. If you've never seen Les Mis, it's sung straight through. There's no dialogue per se. So it's done very rarely. A lot of schools won't tackle it. It is very difficult. The singing is tough. The acting is very strong, has to be very strong. So very rarely will a school do it. So I think the fact that we are doing it, and we advertise this in a lot of the spring musical, the program books for a lot of the area high schools in there for their spring musical, that we were doing Les Mis, come join us. So I think that's why we've gotten so many kids, and it's almost every kid who's come from a different school was like the lead in their school production.
Right.
So they know this is like their rare chance, only chance to get to do Les Mis. So we thought that would happen. Last year, I think we had 39 kids when we did Legally Blonde as our teen show. The year before, I think we had 42 for Grease. So to jump up to 53, obviously, is our record high for a teen show. So it shows how much the kids want to do this. Gathering my production staff together, vocal director, choreographer, costume designer, tech director, we all met. How do we do this? How do we make this work in a church where there's no front curtain and it's not our own performing space?
Right.
That's difficult. It's like constantly playing road games if you're a baseball team.
Yep.
That's what we do. We don't have our own building yet. We're working on that.
Yep.
If anyone wants to write me a 7-figure check, I have a building I could buy today we'd have to then renovate, but let me know.
That's all right. Hey, you guys are a not-for-profit organization.
Absolutely.
It would be a tax write-off.
Tax deductible.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If we can name a building after you, or the lobby, or the stage, or dressing rooms.
And just think of the impact that you would have on children's lives in this area for the rest of time.
Yeah.
That would be pretty huge. And I know I've got a wealthy audience, so So, folks, get in touch with Mr. Morgan here.
That I work on in my spare time, trying to get a building and donors and such.
Right.
But Les Mis, we've ordered a set from a company rather than build it, so that'll come down. So I think I know what I'm working with.
You should. You have a better idea of what you're working
but
with.
until you're there on the field, again, like baseball, you go to a new stadium, major leaguers, they'll throw balls off the wall to see how they bounce because they don't know that stadium.
Right.
Same thing. Until we have the set on our performing space, that won't happen until the 2 days before we open. So we'll have 2 days with it to really run it live.
Yeah.
But that first week of camp, August 8th week, we will be running it on the space, just not with the set there yet because we're in a church. We'd have to clear it out, and we'd have nowhere to put it when they need the church for service on the Sunday in between. If we were on our own space, that set would be up, and we'd be working with it from day one. So we're kind of producing with one hand tied behind our back, but that's our lot in life. We make it happen, and we do that with every show, and we know it, and we adjust to it. But it is a huge undertaking, this show, and we like challenges.
Yeah, of course, and that's what makes it so exciting is that, look, if it was easy, Mark, right? Like
everyone would do it.
Of course. I mean, this is the thing is that there's a lot of difficulty to what you're trying to achieve, but the payoff and the goal is worth it. Otherwise, you wouldn't go through all these headaches and hurdles and all this stuff that you're up against. I mean, and that's what makes it so exciting. So if anybody is interested out there, if you have a child that look, they play a lot of sports, and you're like, maybe I should get them involved in theater, go to MoorestownTheaterCompany.org, click on the calendar or the camps, and check out the information, and it's there. It's so easy, and it's affordable. I mean, and that's the other thing that we should probably make sure that people understand is that these camps are affordable. They're competitively priced so that if you want to be a part of it, you can be.
And we've never turned anyone away for financial restrictions. We have people who do donate money to help lower the cost for individuals, and you can just call the theater company, and its number is 856-778-8357, 856-778-8357, or the website is MoorestownTheaterCompany.org. And we spell theater the American way, not the British way, T-E-R at the end. But we can work with you. If budget's an issue, I've never turned away someone. We'll find a way to work it out so that your child can attend. I don't ever want to hear a child say, oh, I'd love to go, but we just can't swing it.
Yeah, that's important. And, in that same vein, and Mark mentioned it, but I want to mention it again. If you're looking for a great organization to donate to, that could always use money, that is always going to influence and impact the lives of a child, the Moorestown Theater Company is a tax deduction donation that you can make and really make a difference right here in the South Jersey community. So, I know that there are a lot of times where I look for different organizations to kind of get involved with. There's so many big ones out there that people are like, well, maybe I could find one in my community that maybe would help children. This is one that could do that, and I know that you guys rely on that. So my public service announcement for the Moorestown, that's it, guys. But if you can't afford it, please donate a few dollars. Every little bit helps. And again, it helps a kid. That's the most important thing of what you guys do is spread the love of theater and the knowledge of theater to the children. So again, Mark, Abby is waving at me. I got to take another break. I think she must wonder. I might have eyes on the side of my head here, but I'm going to take a quick break. Then we're going to come back, and then we're going to jump right back into it. We're going to get as many kids into these camps as we could possibly fill. We're going to sell them out. So stick around. We'll be right back with Mark Morgan from the Moorestown Theater Company. I am Mark Cook. This is Morning Coffee on the Radio Vision Network. We'll be right back.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services, the knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure payment services. We set the standard by which others are measured. Call now for a free written analysis. 609-922-0201.
Hey, thanks for coming back. I'm Mark Cook. This is Morning Coffee, and you are on the Radio Vision Network, and we are super excited that you have joined us this morning because I'm continuing my conversation with Mark Morgan, who is the artistic director over at the Moorestown Theater Company. So, Mark, before the last break, I became a shill for you as I tried to get some donations. Look, listen, I mean it. If you got a few extra bucks, donate. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how businesses can get involved with you as well. It just doesn't have to be an individual giving a donation. You like to line up strategic business partners as well.
Sure. Of course, we take any kind of advertising in our programs. We take sponsors for our annual dinner dance. Corporate sponsorships are wonderful. But for each show, we started this about 2 years ago, the idea of a production partner, someone who's with us for that show. And we'll take any kind of production partner, but when in doubt, I'll try and theme it. When we did Fiddler on the Roof 2 summers ago, I went to a roofing company, a guy named DJK Roofing. So I went to Darren Coons, the owner. I said, hey, Darren, we're doing this production, Fiddler on the Roof. I will give you a curtain speech every show. You'll get your logo on the cover of the program, your logo on the shirts that all the cast members get, full page ad in the program book, tickets to the show, table in the lobby if you want. Well, he told me, when I went to him after the show was over, I said, how'd it work out? He said, oh my gosh, sign me up for 2 next year. I got 3 or 4 roofing jobs just from your curtain speech.
That's awesome.
That it more than paid for itself.
Yeah.
And it was such a great deal, a two-way street, which is what we want. We don't want just people to give us money. We want to make it worthwhile. And reaching the Moorestown audience is certainly a good thing for advertising budgets, for marketing dollars. Moorestown's a nice zip code, a nice target audience.
Absolutely.
Great clientele. So we're a good fit for advertisers. So that's why we have these production partners. That'll be my thing this week, trying to find a production partner for The Sound of Music and Les Mis and Alice in Wonderland. I'll go through our various local businesses, see if anything clicks in my head, like, oh, this makes sense. Like when we did Cinderella, we went to Carl's Shoes on Main Street. And Carl said, oh, this makes great sense for us to be the shoe show partner.
Of course.
Just like DJK Roofing with Fiddler on the Roof, or we did a vet when we did 101 Dalmatians. So I'll try and target myself, but if anyone, it doesn't have to be themed, it doesn't have to be tied in like that.
Right.
That's a nice bonus.
Well, I got a couple things here. So the first thing is that it's a tremendous value for whatever dollar amount you guys decide on. You get so much more than what you put in, which is such a cool thing, and that's what Darren was talking about, how he just got all of these jobs just by simply being a part of it. But not only do you get good value, you develop a good relationship, and that's what Mark really wants to do, is develop relationships with the local businesses and other people in the community that want to be a part of what you guys are doing, and not just take the check and say thank you very much, which you're very appreciative of, but be a part of your family, and that's a really, really cool thing. Now, I'm going to make a suggestion for the Les Mis show.
Okay.
Bimbo Bakeries. The show revolves around some bread getting stolen, right?
It does.
So now we get the big bread maker in, right?
Okay, good idea.
Wheels are turning. I like it.
Yes, I like it too.
We already know they do a lot in advertising, right?
With
you got the
soccer
bimbo on the
team.
soccer jerseys, right? They've got a marketing budget.
Right.
Hey, Bimbo, I'm looking at you.
Right.
Moorestown Theater Company, give them a call. This is awesome. So, you know, we've talked a lot this morning about a lot of different things that you have going on, but I want to mention again the camps, because the camps are the most important thing that are happening this summer.
Well, it's our busiest time of the year. A lot of people, summer hits. It's like, oh, vacations and, downtime. What are we going to do with the kids? Well, believe me, we will take care of your children so they're not just sitting playing video games or on their iPhones or just being a couch potato. They will be up. They will never be bored. I have parents say to me all the time, oh my gosh, during the school year, getting my child up for school is such a battle every day, getting them out of bed. Coming to MTC's summer stage, they jump out of bed. They can't wait to get here. So the parents are thrilled that it's not, they get a couple weeks off from the year-long battle of waking their child up. No child is bored. Everyone is in at least 5 musical numbers. Even if they're in the chorus, they'll still have plenty to do, plenty to learn. They'll have costumes to get in and out of, makeup, the choreography to learn. There's so much involved in putting on a show, but every child is involved, whether they're the lead title character in a show, whether they're Alice in Alice in Wonderland, or whether they're the third rabbit from the left or whatever. They're going to have a ton to learn, and they'll get better. They'll be more self-confident. They'll be able to get up on stage and sing in front of an audience. I've seen studies that say when they ask adults what their biggest fear in life is, half of them will say, speaking in public, oh my gosh, I'd rather just have needles stuck in my eyes.
Yeah.
I can't speak in public or in front of an audience. Well, none of our kids have that fear.
Right.
They will all be able to sing and speak in front of an audience. So when they have to do that oral book report in school, piece of cake. Like, they won't be nervous about it.
Yeah, they're learning great skills, well-rounded skills that they can take with them all through their life. And, there's that old Seinfeld thing, which is really funny. He says, people's fears, death is number 2. Public speaking is number 1, right? So you're better off in the casket than giving the eulogy. But we can start that at a really young age for these kids.
Get mad you're Jerry there.
What's the deal with that? So, it's kind of great to get these kids involved at such a young age, because it can help them become more well-rounded, more comfortable in those situations, and I love what you guys are doing over there. I think it is just amazing. It's yeoman's work. It's that great feeling of giving back and making sure that kids understand theater and love it and appreciate it as much as we do and all that stuff. So here's what I'm going to do. This is your time to shine. This is what we do every time, Mark. You are going to look into camera 3, and you are going to invite everyone down to Moorestown Theater Company.
Well, thank you again, Mark, for allowing me to be here today. With the Moorestown Theater Company, we have 5 different productions this summer. Starting the weekend of July 13th, we'll be doing The Sound of Music for 6 performances. The next 2 weekends, we're doing the Delaware Valley Community Theater premiere of The Little Mermaid. Not Little Mermaid Jr., but full-length Little Mermaid with adults playing the adult roles. So that's the weekend of July 21st and 28th. Then the weekend of August 3rd, we're doing Disney's Alice in Wonderland Jr., our second camp show. We actually have a weekend off as we're preparing for Les Mis. We'll do 8 performances of Les Mis starting August 15th, I believe, 12th. And then after Les Mis, we'll do a week of our preteens, which is Broadway Kids 2. So not only can your children be on stage, but if they're not quite ready to be on stage, bring them to see a show. Buy tickets. Come experience live theater. Nothing against TV or movies, but that's different, sitting and just watching something on a screen. When you're sitting in an audience and watching live performers where something different could happen every day. No 2 performances are the same. That's the best thing about theater. No one's director is saying, cut, we got to refilm that, there was a mistake. We have to go on. My cast has to learn how to deal with mistakes, which again helps in life. What do you do when something goes wrong in life? You don't get to yell cut and let's do that over. No, you have to deal with it and go forward. So come be a part of the audience or on stage, but come support live theater, community theater here in Moorestown with the Moorestown Theater Company. Visit moorestowntheatercompany.org or give us a call at 856-778-8357.
Very beautifully said. He is Mark Morgan, and just to speak to his point real quick, I still remember being a very young child, seeing my first show, which was 42nd Street, It was a great show. I remember it was in a casino. It was when they used to have shows back at the casinos. And it changed my life, literally. My parents, I don't know if they realized that, but they did a wonderful thing by taking me to that show at a very young age. I want to say I was around 7 or 8. And I fell in love with it. And your kids can too. So, bottom line, go to MoorestownTheaterCompany.org, get all of the information off the website. Thank you again to Mark Morgan, Artistic Director at Moorestown Theater Company, for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me, Mark.
You're quite welcome. We got to take a quick break, but we will be right back here on Morning Coffee. Stick around.